friends, welcome to Carrie's Culinary Crafts, where we talk all things food. And today I'm doing some preservation. I have a bunch of bell peppers here that I got from the farmer's market. I I always have a hard time growing bell peppers. They just seem to take a very long time in the zone that I live in. They are just very late, and I can never get enough to preserve for the entire year. So I usually get them from the farmer's market. And what I am doing is just now cutting them into strips, and I am going to freeze them. The two ways that I preserve peppers is I do roasted red peppers and I can them, and then I do uh, the frozen bell peppers. And freezing them is really easy. You don't need to blanch them or anything like that. I am just slicing them up, and you can do whatever size you want if you want to slice them into chunks or into dices. Um, I usually just slice mine into strips because the majority of what I use them for is for fajitas and Philly cheesesteaks and like stir fries and things like that. If I need to chop them up into chunks, then I certainly can do that. But I usually just start out with strips and then go from there. And like I said, you don't need to blanch them. You can just cut them right up into strips, and I am putting them on parchment paper on top of a sheet pan, and then I'm going to flash freeze them. And that way, if you flash freeze them when they're laid out on a sheet pan like this, they won't stick together, so it won't be in like one big huge clump. So I like to go ahead and flash freeze them, and then I will go and vacuum seal them into bags. Now the tricks with the thing with vacuum sealing is it pulls out all of the air, so you won't have to worry about your peppers getting freezer burn. That's the biggest thing. The culprit for freezer burn is when oxygen gets inside whatever bag or whatever it is that you're sticking in the freezer. So I like to, since I'm getting enough of these to last through till next season, I want to make sure that they last till next season. So I am going to go ahead and flash freeze these. Then I will vacuum seal them into single size portions, basically one pepper per bag, maybe 1.5, 2 peppers. And then go ahead and freeze them, and they will last me all winter long until next spring. And here is my full sheet pan. Everything is laid out in a single layer so I can get them in the freezer to freeze really quick. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and vacuum seal these peppers. I had a dozen peppers here that I got from the farmer's market. I don't grow enough bell peppers in order to make them last through the following year. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum seal these up. Now, a trick with vacuum sealing, whenever you have veggies, instead of putting them into regular Ziploc bags, if you have a vacuum sealer, definitely do that, because what it does is it takes all that air out and then it stops it from getting freezer burn. So if I don't use these until next March, they'll still be absolutely fine. They won't be freezer burnt. There's not going to be ice crystals on them because all the air will be out of it and it'll be nice and sealed. So that is what I like to do. I like to use the vacuum sealer whenever we're preserving things in the freezer to last through till next season. And I'm just doing these small bags, and as you can see, I sliced them all. mainly use them for like fajitas and stuff like that. If I need to cut them or dice them, then I certainly can after I thaw them out. I can dice them if I'd like, but I find that I use them in strips the most. So I will go ahead and just do most of my cutting into strips. And then if I need to make it smaller, I certainly will. And I'm doing about 1 pepper per bag. My husband and I are the only ones that eat we're the only ones that eat peppers. My younger son does not like peppers in his food, so I'm only putting them like in a 1 pepper portion. And if I need more, I'll just grab a couple bags. Hi, honey. And there we go, 1 vacuum sealed bag of bell peppers.